Okay, good morning. Noon, 6th period. It's still morning here. I am 1 day ahead, but 3 hours behind. We've been trying this webcasting all day, and this puts us at exactly 50%. We had 2 good ones this morning, nothing for 4th and 5th period, and now we've got video and no audio coming through, but we're going to do this phone thing. No doubt by now I've admired my handsome visage. Yeah, I haven't washed my hair in a week or so, and I did have a South Pole haircut, so at least it's a little bit shorter. My shaver died because it was sitting out in the cargo hold of the plane for 48 hours and much less than zero, and so I'm not shaving anymore either. We're allowed 2 2-minute showers per week here at the pole. Water is very heavily conserved, so here I am in all my glory. Any quick questions? We've been working on a couple different cosmic ray experiments. I've been mostly working on a experiment called Space. There's plenty of pictures of that on the both TEA website and the Draken website. I hope you're looking at that. There's a lot of cool movies and stuff there. Also been doing a little bit of kite flying. The wind is actually not very strong here most days, so only had a really couple good opportunities, and doing a lot of picture taking and video taking and meeting with scientists and learning what they're doing, and and with the sun up the way it is, it's sort of like 4 hours of sleep a night, so that's what we're up to. Hey, what I'm going to do now, I have my friend and a scientist I met, Christian Spiering. He is from Germany and is one of the co-directors, would that be fair to say, of the Amanda Project? Co-speakers, okay. And he's going to talk to you a little bit about the Amanda Project. He is just as unshaven as I am, but his face is a little bit thinner, though still very German. So what he's going to do is sit down at the phone here, which probably you'll notice there's quite a bit of time lag between the video and the audio. But he'll talk to you a little bit about what he's been doing this year and what the future holds. And we've talked about the Amanda detector a little bit, so sort of think back in your own mind about what that's about. And with no further ado, here is Christian Spiering.
Hello to America. Do you hear me? Okay. Yeah, I'm from Germany, from Berlin. And as you know, Amanda is an international project, of course with a large participation from the United States, because this is an American station here. I joined the project in 95, and since then I have been 3 times. This time is the 4th time that I am at the pole. And over these years we have brought down 19 of these strings, which each is carrying photosensors, photomultipliers as we call them, and we record the light which is emitted in neutrino interactions. Do you want to ask a question? Hello? Do you hear me? Yeah, then if there are no questions, let me continue for a moment. What you see here behind me is a part of the electronics. We have a big room of electronics around us, which is cooled in the moment down to 13 degrees because we had noise problems in our electronics, and that obviously seems to disappear the cooler we go in temperature. If it is very hot, then our electronics plays straight. We are taking data all over the year. These data are processed here at the South Pole and then transmitted by satellite to the Northern Hemisphere. And there we can make more refined analysis than could be done here in the winter time at the pole. Yeah, so I would say maybe you just ask questions to me. I try to understand them as far as I can with my English and to answer them. How long? I'm nearly 1.5 weeks. So our task was to make a calibration of the detector. You know, you have to, what we measure are the times, the arrival time of, you have a neutrino interaction. In this interaction you generate light flashes, and we measure the arrival time of these light flashes at the photosensors. And that we do with an accuracy of 1/1000th of a second. That is a nanosecond. And of course, to make sure that you always measure the right thing, you have to calibrate the detector. And that we did here over the last 2 weeks. So that task we have nearly finished, and in 4 days we leave. 2 weeks is not very long. Normally people come down here for, say, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, because getting down here takes you a week, getting back takes you a week. So it is not very efficient to stay here only for 1 week. So 2 weeks is a certain minimum. Exactly what I did this year. Once more. Oh, the food is fantastic. I mean, you know, I have been working at several locations in the world, among them also Lake Baikal in Siberia and Russia. And if you compare the food there and compare the food here, that is like the paradise. Here people understood that I mean, this is a very hard environment. You have, it's very dry, it's high, you have mountain sicknesses, all these things. It's really physically hard to work here. And also to concentrate, you make your mind working. So good food is really very essential. And we have good cooks here. We can choose between meat and between vegetarian food, and that's really fantastic. And now we have, of course, here on the southern we have spring, summertime, so we get fresh food from New Zealand. Yeah, that's absolutely no concern. Fantastic. Yeah, I mean, that is, I mean, most people like the sun, and as long as possible per day, but if you use 24 hours per day, sometimes you hate it. It's really always 22 degrees above the horizon. And what is also fascinating, it goes the other way around than on the northern hemisphere. I mean, if you look to the northern sun, it goes right around, clockwise. Here it goes anti-clockwise, as it does on the full southern hemisphere, of course. Hello? More questions? There are several possibilities. If you are lucky, you are in what we call elevated dormitory. That is a house on legs, on telescope legs. You can even change the height. And there you have 3 or 4 bedrooms. Most people live in Jamesways, which is a kind of tent, really big tent. It's 30 meters long and say 5 meters in diameter. Double walls from canvas, heated inside, so it's not really cold. At least at normal level it's not cold. Sometimes you go to ground level, it's 5 or even 0 degrees Celsius. So something freezes already, but at normal height, say 1 meter, that means what is 1 meter is 4 feet, yeah. There it is 10 or 15 degrees, so you can sleep very well. Yeah, of course, what you have in these tents, you have the advantage in these tents is that you have your own box for yourself. So this is subdivided in 2 meter times 1 meter 50 boxes, and that you have for yourself. You are in a certain sense isolated, and that I like that. Also, the comfort is less, smaller in these tents. Who's involved? Was it? Yeah. The overall number of people working in Amanda is about 100. That includes PhD students, that includes undergraduates, and some technicians, some engineers. We here in the moment we are about how many are we? We are 8 people. I think we are about 8 people here. That is a normal population. We get the South Pole Station cannot be populated by too much people because there are not enough beds. There is not enough water and so on. Eric already told you you can take a shower twice a week for 2 minutes because water is a very variable resource. You should be careful with it. So we cannot bring as many people down as we would like to do. So we have to be very efficient in the time when we are here. Our maximum population is 12 only for Amanda. The full station has nearly 200 people now in the summertime, in the Antarctic summertime. In winter we have typically 40 people here. And these 40 people are isolated. They cannot be flown out. There was one emergency case, maybe you have heard about this teacher who was ill, so they tried medical evacuation in May, which is already rather late. It is already nearly winter time here. But that was an exception. Normally you are really alone here, isolated, and you have to wait until next October. Hello? Another question? Normally Amanda is already a project which now is running since 2 years without too big changes. This year we made a substantial change. We changed many of our amplifiers here up in the counting house, and so we made a calibration. That's what I told you, that we over the last 2 weeks made a calibration of the detector just to see how the new electronics works. And in that context, we have seen that we have some noise problems here. No experiment is without problems, and we in the moment we are trying to find out what is the reason for that noise. Is it wind which is blowing to the building and which somehow charges up our cables? Is it some noise from adjacent experiments? We have here wonderful experiments looking in the microwave region to the sky. Do they affect our detector? Whatever it is not killing our detector. It's not really a showstopper, but we just have, say, 10% of our data which are somehow affected by that. It's not a showstopper, as I said, but one want to gain these 10% and not lose them. Okay, so then I give the phone back to Eric. Yeah. Goodbye to America.
Thank you. Okay. How much time lag do we have? About 15 seconds, something like that. I'm back on the phone while Christian was talking. I put on the typical gear that I wear outside, cover up the nose a little bit, and then this just gets completely covered with ice. So what ends up happening, one person looks exactly like another person. It's all pretty anonymous. And I'm already pretty hot in this stuff, so I'm going to take it off. Any questions for me? Almost everybody I talk to is really excited the first time, and then if they come back for a second or third time, it's not nearly as thrilling. It's all been brand new to me, so it's really been exciting. 2 days ago, I talked to you guys about refraction of ice crystals and ice halos and sundogs, and we saw that, and just phenomenal. It doesn't snow here at the pole, it ices, and there were these little tiny ice crystals, much less than a millimeter, floating around in the air, kind of drifting from left to right, and they were spinning, and each one was refracting light, and there were these rainbows in front of me around the sun, and straight above me. It was like I was actually in that rainbow. It was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. Really extraordinary. You need to go to my website at www.rockin.org. I've been making a lot of movies, and there's a movie there of the sundogs. Tried to capture what that was like a little bit. So check that out. Another question? What's it like down there? Well, I was lucky. I had this Qantas flight to New Zealand where they showed like 20 movies, and you had a little remote control and you could pick them. But some other people I ran into got put on a Qantas class where I think they were serving a bag of peanuts. So the flights on the cargo flights from New Zealand down to Antarctica, basically you have to wear this gear, and it's really loud. There's movies of that on the website too, so check those out. Hey, what I'm going to do right now is put down the phone for a moment, pick up the camera, and just point it out the window at a couple places, and I'll talk about this briefly, and figure out the last couple of questions, and we'll wrap this up. So I'm going to put down the phone. Hang on. Yeah, I'm just trying to show them the Space Shack if I can. So what I tried to show you there was, first of all, the end of the runway. We can see that out of one side of the building. And then the Space Shack, where we've been working on this ice tank shrink-off experiment. And then a little bit of the manned electronics room, more wires than in all of Seattle. Fairly amazing. Any last questions? Again, please. Yeah, we're on the water, but the water is frozen. 2 miles of ice. The T-shirt I got says South Pole, 2 inches of powder, 2 miles of base. It's very white. Another question? I saw a couple of seals and a couple of skuas, which are these big nasty birds trying to eat each other. But at the pole, it's just humans and bacteria they bring with them. Nothing else. Another question? You liking my hair? I'll kind of smooth it down a little bit. I'll just leave it up. That looks good. Again, please. Okay. Then I'll just say peace out. See you guys in January. Be good. Work on your trebuchets. Throw tennis balls like you mean it. Okay. Bye-bye. Thank you, Jeff. Thanks, Mr. Hum. Yeah. Better. Had the audio be. I don't know how. It actually didn't sound like I was very far behind. Maybe the telephone has a time lag too. So yeah, it worked. It was fun. Very important to connect with it.